Will there be a federal election? University of Toronto political scientist Nelson Wiseman says, barring a major scandal, no.
I don't see any conditions under which the NDP will withdraw support from the Liberals.
Cormac McSweeney, Parliament Hill.
Traffic in your long-range forecast is coming up in 60 seconds.
Need to make more money? Own a franchise and control your future. Come to the Franchise Expo, January 14th and 15th at the Metro Toronto Convention Center to meet with the hottest franchises. Get valuable advice at free seminars and learn how you can open a successful business. This is your only chance to see all your best money-making opportunities in one place. Find the perfect business for you at Canada's largest Franchise Expo, January 14th and 15th, Metro Toronto Convention Center. Get tickets at TorontoFranchiseExpo.com.
Get a fresh start this year at TSC with amazing savings on top brands and products to help you reach your goals. Save up to 20% on activewear and exercise bikes from brands you love like Echelon, Skechers, and more. Now until January 15th. Discover new offers and interest-free easy pay on everything you need to get off to a great start this year. Shop now at tsc.ca. Today's shopping choice.
City News time 6:21. It's time for traffic and weather together on the ones. Let's hit up the cruiser and our very own Kyle Hunt. Kyle?
Well, with good volume on the westbound 401, Scott, the long-standing issue we had west of Highway 25 is cleared with a stalled vehicle towed away. So we're just dealing with a minor delay approaching Salem, first of all, and it's busy approaching, well, actually from Keele, alternately expressing collectors to Dixon. That's the busy spot. Slight delay through the 410 collectors. Past that, you're moving well. Eastbound 401's heaviest from Kipling to Leslie, alternately expressing collectors. A little more volume from Victoria Park to Kennedy collectors. And also a delay through Salem, but we're almost up to speed in Durham region now. From the 680 Traffic Center, Christine Langos.
Problems have cleared from the eastbound QEW approaching Mississauga Road. Still a delay from east of Erin Mills to Mississauga Road, but that's easing. Eastbound Gardner is getting worse. It's slow from Park Lawn to the Jarvis Ramp. But the westbound Gardner Queenie looks good. Westbound 403 is just busy through Eglinton and the collectors. Delays northbound 410 from Steeles to Beauvert. The northbound Don Valley 404 is slow from north of Don Mills to York Mills, from Highway 7 to north of 16th. And it's slow on the southbound 404 Don Valley from approaching Shepherd to south of Lawrence. Problems at College and Dover Court have cleared. Southbound on the Allen Ramp to Yorkdale, the right lane is now blocked with a collision. As well, we have a lanes blocked southbound Avenue Road south of Wilson and Melrose. And a crash at Victoria Park and Shepherd is blocking northbound and eastbound lanes. Don Valley North Toyota is a state-of-the-art automotive experience. Visit the showroom or online anytime at DonValleyNorthToyota.com, a division of Wayne's Auto Group. Your next report is at 6:31. Now with the forecast, here's Natasha Redzai.
Temperature's not budging much tonight. We're going to hold steady right near 3 degrees and then hold on to that 3 degrees all day long tomorrow. You know what else we're holding on to? The cloud and the rain. In fact, it could be heavy at times through the second half of tomorrow. We're looking at a good 15 to 25 millimeters soaking. So yes, umbrellas are going to be necessary. Rain will continue on Wednesday night and into Thursday as well, although it will be a little bit lighter on Thursday. Could even mix in some wet flurries at times with a high of 4 degrees. Tonight, temperatures steady near 3 degrees.
Right now in downtown Toronto, we're looking at the mostly overcast skies, some light drizzle, 3 degrees, feeling like -2. Coming up at 6:30, Toronto police are getting a nearly $50 million windfall in the city's 2023 budget, much of it going towards hiring more frontline officers. We've also got a collision, pedestrian struck on Avenue Road north of Lawrence. We've got delays in that area. We'll have the details on this story and much more coming up straight ahead. This is City News 680 everywhere.
Hun, when you have a second, please print this file for me.
You may not print every day,
Babe, Emma needs this doc printed for school tomorrow.
but when you need a print, you need it now. Get Canon's all-in-one printer, perfect for hybrid and remote work. Print, scan, and copy from your laptop or smartphone with the Pixma TS3420 printer. Now just 4.
Control the news.
Whether you want to read it, watch it, or listen to it, it's all there for you, no matter how you want to stay informed. At citynews.ca.
City News 680. Everywhere.
As China threatens countermeasures over new COVID testing rules, the Trudeau government is not directly commenting on the response. Canada announced starting Thursday air travelers from China need proof of a recent negative COVID test to enter the country following a new wave of cases and fears that may spark a new variant. Earlier today, the Chinese government said there will be retaliatory measures and accused Canada and allies of doing this for political reasons. A spokesperson for Canada's health minister pointed to a portion of the announcement saying decisions on border management are made using available data and scientific evidence. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried has pleaded not guilty to charges that he defrauded investors on his cryptocurrency trading platform. We get more from ABC's Eric Tursky.
Sam Bankman-Fried entered court in a jacket and tie, instantly recognizable by his mop of unkempt hair. He sat between two defense attorneys, and his mother was seated behind him in the spectators' benches. Bankman-Fried pleaded not guilty to 8 criminal counts of fraud and conspiracy that accused him of treating the now bankrupt crypto exchange FTX like a personal slush fund, stealing millions from customers and investors. The prosecutor said there could be more than 1 million victims. Trial is set for October.
Bankman-Fried is accused of cheating investors by diverting sums of customer money to make real estate purchases, donate money to politicians, and made risky trades at his cryptocurrency hedge fund trading firm. Business is next.
This is the sound of experiencing life's moments to the fullest. With Hear Canada, taking the first step to better hearing is simple. If you or people around you are starting to notice signs of hearing loss, there's no time like now. Simply book an appointment to evaluate your hearing. We'll recommend a hearing device that suits your lifestyle and be there to support you every step of the way. Hearing gets better from here, so book your evaluation today at hearcanada.com. Will inflation just keep inflating? Should I invest all of my savings? Can a GIC be my emergency fund? Canadians lose a lot of sleep over money, so we created Sleep Advisor by Scotia Advice Plus. Everything to help you worry less and sleep more is at scotiabank.com/investing. Earn 5% interest on an eligible GIC and rest easy knowing your money is safe and you're in full control. Certain conditions apply. Interest is an annual rate calculated daily. Scotiabank.
Time for the business report with Ari Rabinovich.
The East Street ended the day higher by about 0.3%, 60 points at 19,444. It would have been more had it not been for losses in the energy sector, as the price for oil and natural gas fell today by quite a bit, with the oil falling more than $3 and just under $77 US per barrel, and the energy sector dropped by 3.4%. The price for gold was up $20 at $1,846 the ounce, and the gold index was higher by 4% overall, so we saw a lot of gains in that regard, but the Lumi fell half a cent at 73.16 cents US. In the U.S., former FTX founder and CEO Sam Bankman-Fried has pled not guilty in a Manhattan federal court on charges that he cheated investors and looted customer deposits on his cryptocurrency trading platform by illegally diverting funds from customers to pay for real estate, political donations, and make risky trades, including at Alameda Research. A trial date has been set for October 2nd, as it's expected to last for about 4 weeks. Now for a closer look at some other top stories out of the U.S. and how Wall Street performed today coming back from the New Year break, here's Bloomberg.
Wall Street began the new year with only a narrow loss, thanks to a strong recovery in the final hour. Now industrials lost 11, the S&P fell 15, the Nasdaq dropped 79. The Fed's efforts to slow inflation will likely tip the economy into recession. Former New York Fed President Bill Dudley says it looks to be mild. He says the Fed will be able to limit the downturn step by cutting back on rate hikes. Strong demand in the U.S. and the U.K. has Rolex going ahead with its typical January price hikes, roughly 2%, according to Barclays. That means Rolex Cosmograph Daytona set you back $14,800. Larry Kofsky, Bloomberg Radio.
And at the City News Business Center, I'm Ari Rabinovich.
Forecast calling for volatility outlast the storm with Skyline Investments. Skyline's REIT investors have seen stable annualized returns of 12% or more over the last 5 years. Invest in Skyline's private institutional quality real estate assets. Contact us today at skylinewealth.ca/volatility. Skyline Wealth Management Inc. is an exempt market dealer. Products are not guaranteed and investor qualifications apply. Past performance may not be repeated. Standard performance returns at skylinewealth.ca/volatility.
The Chesterfield Shop. Hi, Steve and Pam again from the Chesterfield Shop.
Steve, these days you have to give people a good reason to buy.
Well, Pam, since 1948, how about the best selection and values in contemporary seating?
And another reason, in 4 words, our famous Boxing Week sale.
That's 3 words.
The Chesterfield Shop, the one that ever superstar. Sofa bed, sectional chair, and recliner savings at all 6 locations, held over all week long.
City News Time, 6:30.
Toronto's #1 for breaking news, traffic, and weather. This is City News.
Sljana-Timinsik.
I'm Scott Burnett. Here are the top stories right now.
Mayor Tory says the city will spend almost $50 million for an additional 200 police officers to patrol neighborhoods. But critics say the move will not address community safety.
There weren't any working smoke alarms in a Hamilton townhouse where 4 people died last week.
We need to make sure that people take this seriously.
The homeowner now faces charges. The sports world sending well wishes to DeMar Hamlin after the Buffalo Bills player went into cardiac arrest during Monday Night Football.
At this point, I don't think it's about which team you're
He
on.
remains in critical condition.
It's Maple Leafs game night. They play host to the St. Louis Blues. Austin Matthews with 499 career points. Mitch Marner 497. Sports 45.
2023 picked up where 2022 ended up with mostly losses after one of the worst performing years for Bay and Wall Street since 2008. Business at 56.
City News Time 6:31.
Traffic and weather together on the ones brought to you by Don Valley North Toyota. Here's Kyle Honking.
Oh, we still have some volume left over on the 401. Eastbound delays from Weston, alternately expressing collectors to Leslie. Some gaps are starting to form. And then we also have volume delay from Victoria Park to Kennedy in the collectors and a minor delay through Salem. West 401 is breaking up as well. This one stretch of volumes now too. It's slow from west of Kiel towards the 400 Express and then gets busy again as you approach Kipling to Dixon. Beyond that, it's moving well and no problems on the 401 at present. From the 680 Traffic Center, Christine Langos.
And if you're traveling on the northbound Don Valley, you'll find it slow from north of Don Mills to York Mills. Southbound 404 Don Valley is busy approaching Shepherd to south of Lawrence. Northbound 410, some delays from Steeles to north of Williams Parkway. On the eastbound Gardner, here's where we have some volume from the Humber Bridge to the Jarvis ramp, but the westbound Gardner Queenie is in good shape. Problems have cleared from the intersection of Victoria Park and Shepherd. Now we have a collision on the southbound Allen ramp to Yorkdale blocking the right lane, and we still have a collision affecting lanes southbound Avenue Road at Melrose south of Wilson. Don Valley North Toyota is a state-of-the-art automotive experience. Visit the showroom or online anytime at DonValleyNorthToyota.com, a division of Wayne's Auto Group. Your next report is at 6:41. Now with the forecast, here's Natasha Renzon.
Conditions are going to be damp right through tonight, Wednesday, Thursday, probably into Friday as well. Overnight lows, though, going to kind of hover right around the 3-degree mark, and we're going to sit at 3 degrees all day tomorrow. Pack the rain gear, the umbrella. We've got some rainfall continuing right through the day, a good 15 to 25 millimeters on the way. Tonight, temperatures holding steady near 3 degrees.
Downtown Toronto right now, overcast and 3. City News Time 6:33.
Mayor Tory is kicking off the new year by proposing new investments in this year's budget. First up, policing.
Tory says the investment is necessary, but critics say it won't do much to keep communities safe.
City's Bowman Qureshi joins us from City Hall.
Mayor Tory using his first news conference of the year to announce the city is investing almost $50 million to put more police on the streets.
This budget will ensure that 200 new uniformed officers will be on the streets this year, along with 90 new special constables.
It's an increase of 4.3% to the police budget at a time when the city is strapped for cash, with many critical of the move, but Tory is defending it.
It is an investment that is both responsible and necessary to keep Toronto safe.
Desmond Cole is with the No Pride in Policing Coalition, saying Toronto already has the most police in Canada, so more cops will not make things safer.
I think Torontonians really need to mobilize and get involved in this budget process to say no to this, because if the mayor can find $50 million out of nowhere for the cops, can sure as hell find it for the things that we actually need.
At City Hall, Bowman Qureshi, City News.
City News Time 6:34. The Ontario Fire Marshal has confirmed that there were no working smoke alarms in a Hamilton townhouse where 4 people died last week. City Charlene Close joins us with that update. Ontario Fire Marshal John Pegg knows where the fire started.
An upholstered sofa was in the living room on the ground floor. All of the occupants were on the second floor at the time of the fire. The fire blocked their ability to descend through the stairwell.
2 adults and 2 children died in the fire December 29th. Their names and relationships haven't been revealed. Pegg says a working smoke alarm could have saved their lives.
So assuming that smoke alarm went off on the main floor where the fire was, I believe there's a very good chance the family could have escaped down that stairwell.
Hamilton's fire chief says his department is working with police and considering charges against the owner of the property. There were 133 fire-related deaths in this province in 2022, the highest total in more than 20 years. Charlene Close, City News.
Stateside, Republican leader Kevin McCarthy has fallen short in 3 rounds of voting to become U.S. House Speaker, as a number of ultra-conservative members of his own party have worked to block him. Here's ABC's Rachel Scott.
Members want higher positions on committees. They want to vote on this border bill that they've been talking about. They want to see more from Kevin McCarthy, and they've made it clear that they don't trust him. So then, at the end of this, even if McCarthy is able to prevail, you have to think about what position he would be entering leadership in. It would certainly be a weaker one than he wanted, but he's firing right back at those conservatives. He told us just moments before walking onto that floor, he said if they would have fought like this to win the majority, they would have had a much wider margin.
In the Senate, Democrat Chuck Schumer will remain a majority leader, while Republican Mitch McConnell is set to remain the longest-serving party leader.
This is City News 680. The Buffalo Bills say safety DeMar Hamlin remains in critical condition in hospital. This after he went into cardiac arrest during a game last night against Cincinnati. Here's City's Caitlin Lee.
DeMar's family released a statement expressing sincere gratitude for the love and support shown during this challenging time. A spokesperson talked to ABC.
We're honestly just taking it minute by minute, hour by hour. You know, he's fighting, he's a fighter.
Donations to a fund supporting Hamlin's charity toy drive have now crossed $4 million as fans offer thoughts and prayers. Dr. Sanjay Gupta tells CNN Hamlin appears to have gone into cardiac arrest due to a sudden blow to the chest.
Commodio cordis, as it's called, which is a really rare situation. I mean, this is something that you hear about maybe a couple of dozen times a year, and not typically in football.
The 24-year-old's collapse happened in the first quarter. The game was suspended and postponed. The NFL says a decision on that game will be made at a later date. Caitlin Lee, City News.
We have an update now from Toronto police, who say a pedestrian struck by a vehicle at Avenue and Melrose north of Lawrence has been taken to hospital with serious injuries. Police are still at that scene. Traffic service